Hello again. Thank you for coming back to my channel, dear friends. And I'm continuing to read song lyrics, and we're coming across the occasional poem and prose piece as well from this stack of long-lost material. I thought it was about 400 songs, but it's probably tickling nearer 500 songs now. I think this is video 7, and we are in September 1989, sometime between the 13th and the 14th. My money's on the 14th, I guess. Right, and as ever, I should be probably going off at tangents because I'm trying to leave background information behind these pieces as well, for people related to my estate to be able to anthologize these works later, and they will have to write the background notes on their songs, or take what I can leave behind for them to do any work that they wish to readjust on it or anything. And I will be leaving 5-second gaps in between each one so I can put a timestamp in. So if you don't want to listen to the between song banter, then you can skip forward and just have the prose works. The first one is called Guru Days, which is a very strange title, and I'm wondering, well, let's just get on with it and we'll wonder about it at the end, okay? Right, so Guru Days. Turn on your TV, turn off your mind. Reality, you can leave it behind. A self-induced coma while you're still awake. The distinct aroma of the garbage that you take. Ignore your children, wave them away, but don't be surprised when they forget to pray. No communication with your family, distinct separation from responsibility. Worship your guru, the man in the box. Life's been cruel to you, you've taken many knocks. Who needs free thinking? It's all such a pain. You know that you're sinking, you're part of the game. I'm wondering, because when I'm not looking ahead on any of these. Apologies if you are following all these across, because that's like the 10th time you've heard me say that, but for anyone new coming along. So I'm just, this is what I'm reading from here. This is in 1989. Oops. And it's just, so handwritten lyrics in the notepad that I would carry around with me. So I'm not going ahead, so I was surprised to see the word guru in there when I saw the title, Guru Days. I wondered if it was, the Bruce Springsteen song, Glory Days, and I always liked that song. And so I was wondering if I'd done something, taken the title there and twisted it around a little bit. And the other thing I should, that I haven't done on any of the videos yet, is because when I read these, I get the music come to me and the cadence. So if anyone is coming along afterwards, so how I would have presented that had I been taking too long, so it would be: turn on your TV, turn off your mind. Reality, you can leave it behind. A self-induced coma while you're still awake. The distinct aroma of the garbage that you take. Ignore your children, wave them away, but don't be surprised when they forget to pray. No communication with your family, distinct separation from responsibility. Worship your guru, the man in the box. Life's been cruel to you, you've taken some knocks. Who needs free thinking? It's all such a pain. You know that you're singing, you're part of the game. So it's C, C, descending backwards, C, B. Might suspend the C actually, suspend the C, G, F, E. Oh, sorry. Okay, I'm also finding strange bits like the next bit. I'm having to copyright all of these, so I'm just going through and reading them, getting a record of them, so they exist, and so that mainly I'm doing this so my children, well, A, if people are going to continue to record my songs, that they can have an income after I've gone, and people are going to continue to buy my lyric books, song anthology books. So I'm taking everything, getting everything down here. Some of them, I mean, I don't want to keep moving them, but here's a really strange one, and this is not my normal. Normally, the works come out all in one go, so this is what I wrote. That's how the lyrics are actually so, which I was recording a version of yesterday. This is called Nights Without You. And this is, how weird is this? So you can see that. You see all the gaps I've left for lines to be put in. So it's very strange. From later times, I know that I've done that if I've had two lines, and I couldn't choose which of the two lines to put it there. But I mean, that is just like a Swiss cheese song, isn't it, Anyway, so. Nights without you. Shadows dance upon the bedroom wall. Close my eyes and I can hear you call. Then I look around and the room is so bare, and I'd give all I own just to see you standing there. And it's another night I've got to spend without you. Sometimes it's hard to accept that you're gone, harder still to find the strength to carry on. Curtains wide I watch the moon rise high, and for the 1000th time I bow my head and cry. And it's another night I've got to spend without you. Rain makes patterns on the window glass. I'd write you a letter, but what would I ask? I'm tired of playing a losing game. I've survived without you, but it's not the same. And it's another night I've got to spend without you. And didn't we almost have it made? And didn't we throw it all away? And I'd do anything I could to have you back to stay. I don't know why I didn't take that one on. There's some potential in there. Well, there's some potential in all of them, I think, but okay, so the next one doesn't have a title. Oh, this is the original handwritten lyrics to Don't Look Over Your Shoulder, Baby. Occasionally I find some songs that I have taken on and done other things with. I found the original handwritten lyrics. This means nothing to you in this video, I'm so sorry, but if you go back to the preceding video, I've got no idea what the number this one is. I found the original handwritten lyrics to Don't Tell Me That You'll Change, which is a song I was always really, really proud to have been given to write. It's a female empowerment song, and it was interesting to me to see it because it didn't have a chorus, it just had the verses, and I thought, so I put the chorus to that later, and that was on and off in my set list for many years. This is another one that was taken over, music added on, and it's in the copyright files, but to the best of my knowledge, I never played it live. Anyway, this is called Don't Look Over Your Shoulder, Baby. I heard the news about you, baby. The word came through today. Don't know if it's the truth yet, baby, but if it is, what can I say? Hope you've got what you were looking for. Yeah, I hope it all works out fine. But don't look over your shoulder, baby. You might see what you left behind. Don't know what I should comment, baby. Don't know what I should feel. I guess I wish that I was there, baby, and that I was part of the deal. I'd like to know if you know what you were doing, if you knew what the outcome would be. But don't look over your shoulder, baby. You might see yourself when you were free. Don't know if I could be a comfort, baby. I don't know what you want to hear. Maybe you'll get it all worked out, baby, but I don't see where you'll go from here. You've got such a long way ahead of you, but now you'll never be alone. So don't look over your shoulder, baby. You might see what you should have known. You don't want anything permanent, baby. What are you going to do now? There ain't no way back from here, my baby. Better get ready for your vows. I hope that somehow you end up happy. I'd never want to see you sad. But don't look over your shoulder, baby. You might see what you could have had. And I wrote that at 22:06 p.m. on the 14th of September 1989. And it's the 1st of May 2023 now. How a life just flashes by, huh? This is called Vanity and Fame. Cold, black, looking back, denied, defied, reflections, confusions, high hope delusions, speculations and condemnations, smiles, lies, positions, goodbyes, succinct, surreal, distinct but concealed, imposed, time froze, vanity and fame. And that's all there is to that, which is a prose work. Doesn't give any indication that it was ever intended to have been a song. Sounds to me like, again, I'm having to speculate a little bit about many of these ones, not having seen them because they were lost for 3 decades. This is the first time I've seen this since I wrote it, as far as I know. Well, not quite the first time, because at some point I've gone and put a post-it note on it with a title, but certainly not for decades. That looks to me like one of those times when you come off the stage and you've got an empty feeling. I've quoted this. People are tired of me telling this anecdote, I think, but so the short version is, and all musicians have had this at some point, and most of them aren't too bothered, shall we say, for their hedonistic purposes. I've just realised what an angle the camera is at. I'll adjust that in just a second. It looks like I'm on the deck of the Titanic here. I played a concert. I can never remember the name. I can see the venue, but I can never remember the name. But it's down this back street in Yeovil. And I got there early to set up, and it was an acoustic. I was doing acoustic. So I'd always get there first. It was somewhere I'd never played before. And to get the feel of the place, just walking around and feeling where the echoes are, looking at if any pillars or anything's going to be in the way. Always try and look for the route to the bathroom, because you don't want to be a lot of music. So tip for young musicians, if you're on a stage, check out where the bathroom is and position yourself, you know, so if the stage is nowhere near that, right? Because otherwise they're going to be in your eye line as they go through and distracting you as you're trying to sing, you know, okay, and play. So you're going to be there trying to concentrate on your works of art and your heartfelt outpourings. All you can see is then the trail of people, you know, going to the bathroom, you know. And or just do what I did, you know. Can you hold it in till I finish, you know? I have been a lot ruder than that in the past. Anyway, and so there was a very nice lady. So I was sitting at the bar, and this very nice lady came in on her own and sat a couple of bar stools down from me. And I was, you know, I was doing all that thing, and clearing throats and ratting glass, you know, trying to catch a glimpse of the eye, you know, doing something, make a noise so that she would inadvertently look and then catch the eye and flash the smile and everything, you know. And getting nowhere, you know. I mean, you know, so many doors slammed in my face, my nose was coming out the back of my head. And then it was time for me to go on, and I was early on the bill. They always used to try and get the acoustics on first, kind of using this as a warm-up act. And they didn't realise, because it was a new venue, it was a charity concert, and I'd been asked to play. It was a cancer concert. I found the flyer, funny enough, to it recently. And I never throw anything away, apart from opportunities. You know, there weren't too many people that wanted to follow me on a stage, even with an acoustic guitar. I know you check out some of my YouTube videos, you'll see why. And that's now at 61 years old and with motor neuron disease. So, you know, you can imagine what I was like at 28, you know, when I wrote these, when I was doing this stuff. Although that was 91, the night I'm talking about. I went up and did my 4 or 5 numbers, came off the stage, and, you know, I couldn't get this woman off me with a paint scraper, you know. It was fantastic. Did you write those songs? I love that, da-da-da-da-da. And the point I always make when I tell this anecdote is, I was the same guy as I was 17 minutes beforehand, but now I was something completely different, you know, because now I'm the guy, the performer, the songwriter, the artist, whatever you want to say, and all of a sudden it was a completely different ballgame. And that happens, you know, anyone who goes on stage knows that feeling. But sometimes I would feel the vacuity of it all, and I would write a song like that. So I guess that's what Vanity and Fame was about there. But we'll never know. Okay. Yeah, that's me. Wow, this is man, is this a one-page one or two? This is a so I'm just looking at this again. It's a nice piece of work, this. And I apologise because, you know, I'm just reciting them as they come out through here. Part of me would really like, you know, to be at least semi-singing it to give you some idea of what the music I'm getting in. But I just need to plough on through this. So maybe I should just concentrate, huh? I've got a little clock in the corner there. And that's ticking all our lives away. And the next one is called The Biting Wind of Love. I can't feel, I can't think, and I can't remember. Every day feels like it's the coldest day of December. I've got 13 trials left to endure. When they're done, I guess I'll know the score. There's something in the picture I can't see. I wish that none of this was real. I'm dismayed. I'm so sorry. No. I've interrupted myself there, and I'll tell you for why, because although the post-it note I've plonked on it at some point says this is called The Biting Wind of Love, this is not. This is the original handwritten lyrics to Echoes in Dark Corridors. Wow. This is a very surreal. There's a studio recording this. maybe 2. And it was a very avant-garde recording, but not like, you know, the Lennon Ono stuff, the avant-garde Q. Avant-garde clue, as George Harrison used to refer to it as. Okay, so now I'm going to have to go back to the start. And this is called Echoes in Dark Corridors. I can't feel, I can't think, and I can't remember. Every day feels like the coldest night in December. I've got 13 trials left to endure. When they're done, I guess I'll know the score. There's something in the picture I can't see. I wish that none of this was real. I'm dismayed. I've heard echoes in dark corridors, seen flowers in the hands of warriors. How long must I wonder what the use is? Hear so many people making their excuses. Faith could be the next throw of the dice. Squandered chances lying in the shade. I've been scarred. I've been blind and I've seen deception. Took chances and attended receptions. You get impeded in the course of regret, impressed by things you haven't seen yet. Publicity's just a headline away, but survival seems to come so hard. I'm so tired. I've been wrenched and I've been ecstatic, seen statues made of jewellery and plastic. Today's fashion, just another man's opinion. Control yourself within your own dominion. I could use a shot of something about now. I can't make the stakes go any higher. I'm in need. I've seen love condemned and labelled as a sin. Heard heretics explain where life begins. I was stoic when confronted with bad news. I hope someday someone will let me choose. The truth is academic to the law. Who knows what has been between the lines you read? I messed up at the very end there. Who knows what lies between the lines you read? My eyes are starting to seize up now. And I do apologise, I'm wobbling. Let me just adjust this a little bit here. It might be me that's at an angle. That just seems to have taken it the other way, huh? Wow. I now know that I wrote Echoes in Dark Corridors in September 1989. I didn't copyright it until about 92, 93. So the next page has just got one line on. So this is copyrighted as, so this is called Just as All Things Someday Must. It ended, just as all things someday must. There, I'll finish that song one day. And the strange thing is, again, look at this, it's halfway down the page. Because I don't remember. I mean, it's very strange to me, even though, you know, I'm coming out of time like that, to go through this. I've got no idea what my mindset was back then. So this is as weird to me as it is to anyone else, I guess. I mean, why would I just write one line halfway down the page, you know? It's strange to me now because it's not how I've worked in. I don't know. I've never worked like that, so I don't know when I stopped doing this as I keep going through these books. Certainly by 95, I mean, the songs almost always come to me complete. I get the opening line or a chorus or refrain or a title once in a million, and then it just, it comes out all the way in one piece. So why that should be like that, I've got no idea, but there's more than a few instances. Oh, and again, so the next one's got a title. It's called One Last Chance. This is not the longest song you're ever going to hear. It's twice as long as the other one. One last chance. I know we've gone through this before. All the accusations and the slamming doors. Again, I wish I had time to take some of these on and finish them off. Okay, the next one is obviously called, or was intended, it's an Emma song. So that's when Emma was. As I'm going through these, I'm ladies and friends that I'd forgotten, that had drifted away into the mists of time and never reappeared out of it. Emma, well, I mean, she's long since married now, and you're talking 34 years ago, so this is an Emma Ferneyhugh song. Maybe some of the other ones were as well, I know not, but this is definitely an Emma Ferneyhugh song, because Emma. And I suppose if I keep going for 20 years, we'll get to the 2001, 2002 songbook, and then we'll be on to the Emma Davies songs at the moment. So this is called Visions of Blonde and Blue. And I can see where I'm going to with that, because she had blonde hair and blue eyes. Anyway, Visions of Blonde and Blue. Ask yourself, what's it all for? What does it all mean? I wish I was dead. I wish this was a dream. Dream is a word that I use a lot. Emma, Emma, I miss you. And it's so unreal and incomprehensible. But I loved you. Saxophone blowing on a French boulevard. Visions of Blonde and Blue. I would imagine that is actually complete. It just looks like a little, looks to me like a heartbroken man sitting at his table writing a poem in his lyric book. I'm so sorry if you're looking at me chuckling what's in it. Okay, so this is called This Kind of Happiness. And again, it's another one of these Swiss cheese songs. It's got a title, and then it's got the opening line of the song, and then it's got 7 blank pages. 7 blank lines for the next lines to be written in, and then it's got the verse and the end piece. This kind of happiness. Well, I guess this is a kind of happiness. And I don't ask for more if there's a space left on my plate. And I don't look for love from the woman by the lake. Silver in your blood. A picture of someone's lord upon your wall. You can quote your dead heroes. I'm so sorry once again, as I've read down through. Again, this was like echoes in dark corridors. There's oh man, I would love to hear it. This was recorded on it must have been a 1-track, it was a C90 cassette, C60 cassette. And I remember making a recording of this, and it just, I'd just gotten this this Roland synthesizer, so that would have been, so when was Sue? 87. My first relationship ended, and then I did nothing for the last couple of months of 87, 80. Yeah, so around 88 I started going back out live again. I'd gone into a recording studio, made well, I think there's 9 tracks on it, 9-track demo tape. One of them is, and this is today, and one of them is Where the Hard Wind Blows. So to say it's a 9-track demo tape, I mean it's like a double album, because Where the Hard Wind Blows goes on for 11 minutes, I think. And I bought a Korg synthesizer, a Roland, and oh man, it was, well, I mean, it was like the size of this room. It was massive, you know. It took 17 elephants to lug it up the stairs to the studio, and and it had these amazing buttons. And all you musicians today that can do all this stuff on your telephone, you have no idea how lucky you are. How we had to suffer back in the olden times. This was when I called my Pink Floyd Echoes song. What was that name of that guy? Julian Cleary? Julian Geok or something or another. And he was a Pink Floyd fan, and I played it to him. He said, "I like Pink Floyd." I said, "But which Pink Floyd?" You know, that's the thing. You know, I was sort of thinking Sid Barrett kind of Pink Floyd, but he was all thinking about other stuff. Anyway, yeah, so I'd got this synthesizer, and I was recording stuff on it, and it had this little handle that you could press the note, and then wow, 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 and you know, like a theremin on amphetamines. And so I just made this backing track with beeps and bobs and boops and bops, weird noises on it and odd keys and discordant pieces on, and then I overlaid the lyrics to this on top of it. So it's going to be impossible. I've run out of time to I wonder if I can just get it in the last 3 minutes. So I'll just have to read it out, because this isn't copyrighted anywhere. Even though it exists on the tape, I can't climb up and off and get it. Okay, this kind of happiness. Well, I guess this is a kind of happiness. And I don't ask for more if there's a space left on my plate. And I don't look for love from the woman by the lake. Silver in your blood. A picture of someone's lord upon your wall. You can quote your dead heroes. Who did they quote? Hey, look at me, Ma, I'm on top of the world. Hey, look at me, Pa, I live longer than you. Hello? It's dark in here. In here inside myself. It's never easy, kid. Take what you can. There's a slaughterhouse inside my head, and you're in it. There's a baptism of blood outside my window. Any dirt under your fingernails? Poison in your bloodstream. Poison in your mind. Everything is fake. Everything is fake. Smiles. Fashions. Memoirs. Actions. Okay, there might be a few seconds left. I'll just talk the last 20 seconds. So I've been Paul Murphy. Thank you so much for your time. If you've come all the way through this, I'm really, really grateful to you. I've not done this in any of the previous ones on these, but I'm sure you won't find anything there too enthralling in the way that I've presented it here. But if you go onto Amazon, and I don't know if I'm in the way of them, there's some of my books in the windowsill behind me, my proper, fully finished and set anthologies. I don't make any money at all from the sales of any of my books. All the royalties go into a trust for my 2 beautiful children. They get them when they're 18 years old. I've been Paul Murphy. You've been wonderful. Wherever you turn the world, I hope you only know peace, love, happiness and respect.